That's a good, that's such a good question. You're recording already?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I had wanted to bleach my eyebrows is because, as like any non-binary person knows, like it's like a rite of passage after you like come to terms with where you like are on the spectrum, so like whatever. But it was actually the third time that I bleached my eyebrows. That was the first time I bleached my eyebrows because I was trying to connect more with my gender identity. Because the first time I did it, I didn't really like it. I was just like, oh, it was just for fun. I kept it on for 2 days and I dyed it back. But this time it felt different because I was trying very hard to like search for something that specifically like made me feel like, okay, like this is first of all what it looks like to be non-binary, and how it looks like to me to be non-binary. So it was a really exciting feeling. I honestly didn't really like it that much. It was just like the symbolism of it that I enjoyed a lot. You want a long answer? Okay, because I have a really long answer for this. One of the biggest struggles I had when I first started like trying to present more non-binary was like searching for that gender euphoria. When I didn't even really like know what it was that I was looking for. It came with a lot of dysphoria, with a lot of like just trying things out. And it wasn't until recently that I like found out what that was for me. When I first started my journey to like find that gender euphoria, it was very like desperate. This is the best way like I can explain it. Like I had this desperation to feel as comfortable in my body as I like possibly could, but only through the like avenue of presentation. So I was like trying out like different hairstyles, different things I could do. If I felt too femme, like I didn't like it. If I felt too mask, I didn't like it. I wanted to be like right in the middle. Also, I didn't feel like I had a very good like amount of representation as like a black non-binary person, because like the standard for like non-binary people is very much white and thin and whatever. So I found myself being like obsessed with these non-binary people that fit that in my mind, when I do not look like that at all. I can't look like that. I'm like a black person. That was like a really big struggle for me. In trying to break out of the binary, I like still tried to put myself in a box that I was like, and I don't know why I was looking to these people, just because of like the lack of representation. But recently I've been finding a lot of gender euphoria in things that are the most me. So like wearing my hair natural, for example, is like a really, really big thing for me. I feel a lot of gender euphoria when my hair is natural, when it's big. What's most me is like most what I consider like my gender. And I think that's how I found like myself in being non-binary, like being the most myself I could be, instead of trying to be mask or femme or this or that and all these like buzzwords that like I'm trying to like fit into, when in reality it's just like finding the most authentic version of yourself. So that's when I feel the most gender euphoria.
I mean, more so like the skin could like have a reaction and like get a chemical burn, and you would never grow eyebrows again. Oh, nice. If done incorrectly.
I have taken my braids out and they look a little crusty right now, but I'm gonna go in the shower and then re-bleach my hair, my eyebrows. if actual hairstylists were to see the way that we do this, like, they would cry. Things we do in order to feel comfortable in our own bodies. Things that are super risky, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I literally like chemically burned my forehead, so.
Chemically burn your forehead for some gender euphoria.
Exactly.
This is what we do.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Because at the end of the day, I'm sexy and you're not. So.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
The first time I did it, I felt really happy with myself. That was probably the first time I felt like that in a very long time. It's kind of addicting. Like when you first do it, there's kind of like no going back to it. Kind of gives you like a sense of freedom. So I really enjoyed dyeing my eyebrows and like bleaching them and all that stuff for the first time. That's an excellent question. That's a really good question. I feel like, for me at least, being trapped in a body that I don't necessarily like, it's kind of draining. Can't help but feel like, like insanely sad that you're stuck in this body. You can't really do that much about it. When you start doing things and experiencing gender euphoria, like when I experience it, for me, I guess it's just like a release of like me finally getting out of my body and like feeling free. It's really rare, so usually when it happens, I kind of just sit through that and I'm just like thinking like, wow, like I enjoy this body, like, like my body's like really cool, I feel happy to be here. Yeah, it's a rare feeling, but when it happens, I feel insanely free.
So, why are your hands orange? What did you just do with them?
I dyed your hair. I dyed your hair so you can get a sense of euphoria.
So, what's changed about you since then?
I cut my hair and I re-dyed my eyebrows back. Because for a while, I think I just got a little bit tired of me having longer hair. I kind of wanted to take a break from it to experience more versions of myself, I guess. I'm enjoying this version, and I am experiencing a lot of gender euphoria more than I have before, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. The first time I bleached my eyebrows, my sisters had been trying to convince me the whole week to do it, and I had told them no, I'm not gonna do it. And then my older sister finally told me to do it, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And it just felt, even though it was a small task, it felt really good to be spontaneous because I had never touched my eyebrows. I never wanted to touch my eyebrows, but it felt good to do something for me. It felt really good. I felt like I was coming into myself. I had already felt like I was coming into, what I had been wanting to do, especially with school and my career and home life. But it felt like I was finally coming into myself in terms of my looks and how I wanted for people to see me, because that's how I see myself. Gender euphoria just feels like limitless, like the limit does not exist. And it's such a interesting word because it's gender, which is supposed to be, you know, in this perfect society, just only two things, male and female. But euphoria, you can't put a definition really onto euphoria because it's different for every person. Have I ever felt gender euphoria? I would say yes. Whenever I get dressed like really, really good and I'm just feeling myself, that is when I feel unstoppable. That's when I feel limitless. That's when I feel like me. And I think that's something that everyone deserves to feel, whether you're non-binary, if you do identify as cishet, whatever you identify as, you deserve to feel gender euphoria.